Hey, what's up, guys? Back again. Today we're going to talk about the third content management system and how to install it locally. This content management system is known as Joomla, and it's pretty easy to do. So stick around and see how you can. What's up, guys? Todd Wilson here with WebMoDev Studios. First thing we want to do is open up a browser, and we want to download a copy of WAMP server. So we're going to go to www.wampserver.com/en. Now that we're here, we want to go to downloads and download the version for your computer, whether you have a 64-bit or 32-bit. In my case, I have a 64-bit. I'm going to go to direct download, and that's going to take me to sourceforge.net, where I can get a copy of the latest version of WAMP server. Alright, now that it is downloaded, we're going to run it. Select OK, accept the agreement, hit next, next, and it's just going to ask where we want to store it, and we're going to accept the default and click install. Okay, now it's just asking for a default browser. We want to accept the default in this case, and a default text editor. We're going to accept Notepad as well. I'm going to hit next and click finish, and WAMP is now installed. Now next, what we're going to need to do is go to joomla.org so that we can get a copy of Joomla so that we can install it on WAMP server. Okay, I'm going to select download Joomla. Get the latest version, not an upgrade because I've never put it on this workstation. And I'm going to save this to my desktop. Okay, that didn't take too long. Now what I want to do is take this zip file of Joomla, and I'm going to extract all, and I'm just going to extract it to the same location for the moment. Okay, and this is what's inside that Joomla extracted file. This is everything you need to run Joomla. Now what I need to do is I'm going to double click on WAMP server so that we can start our virtual server here. Now that you see down in the notification area, it's green, and we're going to navigate to localhost just to make sure it's working. And as you can see, the default landing page for WAMP server is there, so you know it's working. Now we're going to take that folder that we extracted of Joomla and copy it. going to navigate to WAMP Server 64, open up the folder, and I'm going to paste that folder in the WAMP Server 64 folder, and I'm just going to rename it Joomla just for convenience. Now, this Joomla folder can't work unless I put it in the www folder of the WAMP server. So I'm going to copy and paste it there. Now we're going to open up a browser and type in localhost /Joomla. And here we're going to be greeted by the configuration page to install Joomla on our server. We're going to give the site name, and in this case I'm just going to call it Joomla Demo. Going to come up with a demo email address, but of course if you're going to be using this for a real project, you're going to use a real email. Now I'm going to give it a username and keep it simple. In this case, this is for demo purposes, so it doesn't have to be that complex. And we're going to give it a password. Okay, this gives you administrative privileges here, and we're going to confirm that password. We're going to leave the site offline as a default says no. And I'm going to type in a brief description. It doesn't have to be anything important, just anything, just to go through the motions. Hit next. Now we're going to have to create a database here. Of course, the database username by default is going to be root, and we're going to leave the password as open because this is a demo site and it's not going into production, so it's safe to do that. As you can see, we don't have a database name because we haven't created it yet. So what we need to do is open up a browser. Then we're going to go to localhost. It's going to take us to our WAMP server splash page, and at the bottom there is a link to PHP My Admin where we can create a database for this new Joomla installation. We're going to put in the username that we created for this, which is root, and no password. And then we're going to select new. We're going to give the database a name, and I'm going to name it Joomla. And we're going to select the calibration, and it's going to be UTF-8 General CI. There we go. Spazzing out here, having difficulty seeing. And then we're going to select create. Now that we've created our database, we're going to pick up where we left off in the Joomla installation. And we're going to type in the database name of the database we just created in PHP My Admin. And you see that the name area is pink. What that means is that there is some sort of mistake, and have to double check if I use the capital J or lowercase j, and of course I use the lowercase j. And you see now that it's completely white, so there are no problems with the name of the database. I'm going to click next. And with Joomla, it gives you the opportunity to put in some demo content just so you have something to see and work with when you're creating your Joomla website. Okay, and in this case, I'm going to select brochure English sample data. And then we're going to leave everything as a default. And as you can see, the main configuration, site name, site description, the site is not offline. We've got our test email and username. The pre-installation check, you want to make sure everything is in the green and says yes. And the recommended settings, leave at the default. And if everything checks out, you select install. And there you have it. Congratulations, Joomla is now installed. Now you're going to have a warning section here. It says please remember to remove the installation folder. It's a security risk, so that's what we're going to do. Joomla does it for you. You just click remove installation folder and voila, it is done. Now what we want to do is we're going to go to the site, take a look, see what we've created. And we're going to use the administrative access. We're going to log in with the username and password we created during the initial configuration. And of course, I use my first name, keep it simple. And we're going to select login. And there you have it. We have our installation of Joomla. And if you received any value from this video, I would welcome you to like, comment, and subscribe. And there's the site. Okay, you got your default menu, home, about, news, contact us. Easy peasy. Talk to you guys soon.